I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, really breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
What are you reaching for back there?
My phone. I
phone,
realized that I had not even begun to start sharing everything.
Oh, well, that's fine. I mean, we're here.
Well, no, I know.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Well, you go ahead and you start doing that. I'm going to tell these guys about this first story here we got going on. Police from multiple departments rushed to a respond call of an active shooter at a manufacturing plant. But it turns out,
holy smokes.
yeah, turns out it was just a thoughtless April Fool's prank.
Wow.
Led to the arrest of the prankster.
And don't you kind of know there's a line you don't cross?
Yeah,
that's along the lines of
there's a-
screaming fire in a theater, which they
even
love
if
to
it's
throw
April
around.
Fool's, you don't do it that day. It's not how you do it. The Clark County Sheriff's Office in Ohio says a female employee of the Navistar plant in Springfield
Okay.
called her sister to report that a former employee had returned with a gun.
Wow. You know, you know what I'm surprised about?
Yeah.
That it was a female.
Yeah.
Most women
calling
don't
her
do,
sister.
Yeah, most women don't do that. Not like that. Like
No.
that, I'm not saying that women don't prank,
But they do not. They don't go
not
that
to
far.
that level.
Right.
Mostly, the moment like I saw the headline, and everything. I'm like, some dude's in trouble. Some guy. No, it was not a dude.
Let's put it this way. Normally, the females are smart enough to know when not to go.
Yeah, because usually there's feelings and emotions behind it, and they're like, I don't want to hurt them.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt people's feelings and things like that. Anyway, this one did not give a crap. Basically,
Clearly.
she called her sister and said something to the effect of a guy was fired yesterday and come back with a gun.
Wow. Well,
This is a quote.
okay.
We are all hiding in the locked office and asked her to call the police.
That should have been your first indicator.
You just called your sister. Why didn't you call the police?
Yeah, why didn't you
first?
call the police?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
See, the sister did
all.
call the police, though, and reported the claim. Police immediately responded and arrived within 2 minutes.
The police are never that damn fast.
They were quick on the draw for this one.
They're like, oh, snap. Well, but you know what, though?
They were probably driving around pretty close by. Or
No.
What?
Think of it like this. It is practical joke day.
Yes.
It is prank day.
Are you saying that they're patrolling a lot more because of it?
Yeah, I was going to say they probably were on more of a heightened alert kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Just from the fact of, hey, a lot of things could be taken out of be taken, instead of taking it as a joke, take every single thing as complete seriousness.
Right, because
And-
somebody's going to call in.
Yeah, because it might be a bad joke,
Right.
but it might be serious.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so maybe they were just on like a heightened thing. I think.
yeah.
I'm guessing.
Right,
I would have been.
Well, I mean, that's probably what it is. The Clark said the deputies performed a sweep of the plant and found no threat at all. They were later able to deduce that the call was made as a prank. Quote,
The call is coming from inside the house.
everyone was completely fine.
Yeah, they were. No one knew what the hell was going on.
Pamela Cisco, 57, of New Carlisle, was arrested for allegedly making prank calls.
Allegedly.
She will be charged with inducing panic and disrupting public service.
Yeah.
Quote,
And she'll be looking for a job later, too.
yeah, she will. Quote, there was a lot of resources that we used today, put in place today, all over a stupid April Fool's joke. Navistar representatives told the Springfield News Sun that the employee had been suspended and that they were
Yeah, I'm
cooperating
sure
with the
they have.
investigation.
Oh, no. He'd been suspended.
Funny enough, a similar incident unfolded in Wichita, Kansas, where a 58-year-old woman called her daughter to tell her that she had been shot. Police rushed to that home and were unable to find a victim of gunshot.
See, that's dumb.
Yeah, they later discovered that it was an April Fool's prank, and the mom was arrested and charged with unlawful request for emergency services.
You want to do a joke like that involves the police, and I've seen this one before.
No.
I've seen the one I've seen was like you call up the parent or the child, and you say, "Hey,
right,
the cop has pulled me for speeding.
I've been pulled."
Yes. But I've told them that I'm in a hurry because you're in whatever situation, and you make up something that you have special needs, that you have
whatever.
fallen and I've
fallen and I
peed
can't
all
get
over
up,
yourself
whatever.
and pooped all over yourself, and you get them to one, go along with it, and then two, you walk in for them to actually be in said spot and act a certain way, only to find out that the cops aren't there. That's how you do something like that. Right. You don't turn around and basically file a false report or get someone else to do it.
Get somebody else to file a report. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Slightly venomous Kirk over on the Twitters. Women use poison historically, or sarcasm hysterically.
Yes. I was going to go with Majovian stuff. Jack Hole, also on Twitter. Play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Very true.
Absolutely.
That's how we do it here.
It's wow.
That's awesome.
It is.
That's just, yeah.
It's fan-damn-tastic.
Tech Ruthie. The only reason the police show up that quickly is if someone told them someone was playing music too loud.
Yeah. That seems to be the only thing they show up quick for.
That's right. Quick, fast, in a hurry.
And, it is the beginning of the month, so some states have quota they have to start maintaining, so a lot of them get a jump on it early.
Quick, fast, in a hurry.
Yep.
That's right. So, obviously, it's the first day of April, so everybody's out there.
Everyone known as April Fool's Day.
Yeah. But this one is not...
this is no joke.
This is not a joke.
No laughing matter.
Not at all. So, Project Veritas came out with a video. If you guys are on the videos watching us...
Facebook, YouTube, and all that jazz. At DOA Show, in case you're not.
And if you haven't, you can go back to the video feed and you can watch it there. It's no big deal. But just take a look at this here thing.
Those are aliens inside of the...
Hold on, stop.
fenced area.
Stop. Aliens? Like real aliens? Like we finally found it?
Illegal aliens.
Oh.
Illegal aliens.
Damn it, I got excited. I was beginning to think that...
immigrants.
I was beginning to think
this is why they started using illegal immigrants.
I was beginning to think the alien group I'm a part of on Facebook might
going to get really excited?
Yeah, I was about to have to take it back and go, you guys were right.
Nah.
One of our insiders just gained access to this incredibly restricted makeshift processing center in Granjejo, Texas. It's located under the Anzaldúa International Bridge. What you're looking at is never-before-seen footage showing migrants of all ages lying in the dirt, operating.
Wow.
That's
and they're all under the tinfoil things. If you're not watching and you haven't had a chance to watch, they're literally walking through
the tinfoil.
Yeah, they're wearing the EMS tinfoil blankets and
all the rest of it.
It's literally under an overpass, and it's not even like a low one.
Yeah, it's not even a low overpass. It's a huge overpass, and they're kept behind fences.
If you're an insider working near the southern border, email us at veritastips@protonmail.com.
Wow.
That's
rough.
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't that kind of put the whole the situation, as they like to call it, at the border a lot worse than even what we thought it was?
Well,
I mean, if you think about it, if it's to the point that they literally have people laying on the ground, like there's no tents, there's no buildings of any kind even around for them.
There's not even a windbreak.
There's no windbreak. There's no bathrooms. There's no porta-johns. There's no tents for food. There's
nothing.
Literally, there are people collected.
It is a homeless camp for migrants.
Yeah, inside of the orange little plastic construction fence.
The ones that you can see through, like a
yeah, the one I ran into when I was skiing one time. Yeah,
you ski, Whitey?
Oh, did I not tell you that story?
No.
Oh, we'll have to save that one for another day.
Yeah.
It's a fun one.
Okay.
But there's nothing. They're literally on the ground, no accommodation. The only accommodation they got is the emergency
tinfoil bag.
The tinfoil blanket thingy. And that's it.
I'm sorry.
That's it.
You got
And-
spacesuit blankets.
Yeah, and they're not even good ones, and they're
They're the ones that rip easy. Like you accidentally move too fast and you rip it all to hell.
yeah, and you heard it like in the video of the when we weren't talking over it. You could hear it flapping in the wind.
Yeah, it's really not good.
Yeah,
Like these guys were there.
so this makes
On
it
the-
even
on the
worse.
ground.
So
Unlike Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez,
damn it, I
these
wasn't
guys
ready for
were.
that.
I know that's fine. I'm sorry. These guys were actually on the ground in front of this thing.
there.
Yeah, these guys were there. They could. They showed video
It's
of
video
them
of somebody walking
through.
around. Yeah, like that's not.
That's not good.
no. And again, like I said, as far as I'm concerned, that just made because we already knew it was bad.
Yes.
But to me, this makes it 100 times worse.
Well, we already knew they were basically stacked on top of each other inside of buildings.
yeah, but at least to me, they're inside buildings. They're at least have bathrooms. At least you have some form of accommodations. Is it the best way to be living? No, but at least you're out of the elements. At least you have the basics, even if you're having to fight and regiment and schedule being able to go do these things, the
Yep.
common things. At least you had them there to do it. These people have nothing.
That's right.
Nothing. And none of them really had bags. None of them had anything, there's no provisions as far as they're literally under a bridge. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Not cool, man.
No.
Not cool.
Earlier this month, Project Veritas, founded by journalist James O'Keefe, released videos and photos of the southern border as the Biden administration had reportedly put what effectively a gag order on the Border Patrol agents with the media, according to sources. The Biden administration has denied said gag.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
Of course he did. Because, but they're the most, they're transparent. They want to be transparent as soon as they can get things in order the way they want to move forward the way they want to.
Yeah. On Friday, a group of senators traveled to the border to see the crisis for themselves. Ted Cruz was one of those people that traveled. He posted a bunch of videos and all the rest of it showing the cartel members human trafficking, in addition to cramped conditions for held migrants. Even Senator Susan Collins of Maine, a moderate Republican,
I don't even know if I call her moderate, but okay.
a leftist, confirmed what she saw was a crisis, despite denials from the Biden administration.
And again, it's because the Biden administration is like, oh yeah, no, we want to help everyone. We want everyone.
We're helping.
You're not helping.
We're helping.
All this is a form of torture.
Yeah.
This is what like cult leaders and stuff do. You break these people down.
Yeah.
To the point that once you give them anything, they do anything that you say.
They're like, yes, master, sir.
And that's exactly what this is. I'm sorry, we've told you that if you come here, you can get whatever you want. Well, now that we've caught you at this border, we're going to make you sit and wait for a very long time until your will is absolutely broken. And then we will bring you in and let you and give you everything you want. However, at that point, you will be then voting for us from that moment on.
Right.
Because we are the bosses and not you.
You're not the boss of me now.
Yeah.
Eric Wilson over there on the Facebooks. I'm going to try and to listen to you guys live tonight. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
I don't know if that would, but
Maybe it's an April Fool's. I don't know.
well, I was gonna say it could be an April Fool's. It could be. It's hard to judge tone in text because that could be. Hey guys, I'm crazy busy. I'm just trying to. I hope I can try and get a chance to listen to you guys. And it could also be rubbing the temples, and I'm going to try and listen to you.
Yeah. It could
There's
be
so many
either
different
way.
variations of it. It's,
Right. I'm hoping it's the nicer way.
Yeah.
It might be the way.
Yeah.
Sweatimus Prime over on the Twitters actually gets us.
I know. So close. And
Actually-
yet so far.
You're pretty close to it. The best April Fool's joke would be at DOA Show doing a well-produced show, thought-provoking show. Then halfway through, Nerd Talk and Durian Fruit.
Yeah. No, that was the other day. That was Monday.
That was Monday.
was Monday.
We did it on Monday on purpose.
And we did it backwards. It was
Durian Fruit
and
Nerd Talk, and then partially produced show.
like the last 10 minutes was something
actually,
I was proud
we
of.
had some news stories.
Some depth.
Yeah. And we don't mean the depth of despair that we went into with the burping and nastiness.
Oh. I have PTSD from it now, just so we're clear.
Yep. Speaking of PTSD, the Biden administration has unveiled a contest.
A contest, you said?
A contest.
Oh, pray tell, what is the requirements of said contest?
Oh no! First, let me tell you the prize.
That's what I mean. All of the
ins and outs.
The deets. Unlay the deets.
You
Spill
need
the
the
tea
deets.
on the deets.
Okay, thank you.
As the kids say nowadays. Or
What is the
something like
tea?
that.
Yeah, give us
Yeah,
the tea.
spill the tea on the deets. Or
because that's
something.
whatever it is. They're offering $500,000 in prizes for new and improved mask designs for general public use.
Say that again?
The Biden administration
Run that by me one more time.
has unveiled a contest offering $500,000 in prizes for new and improved mask designs for general public use.
I have a couple questions.
Okay.
Just a
Did
few.
lay them on me.
Okay. I guess the first one is going to be, I thought we were told that with the vaccines and things going back to normal, and the ban has flip-flopped so many times, I don't know anymore. I thought that we were heading to a spot where we may not have to have them anymore because everything was going to go away because we were going to reach herd immunity and blah, blah, blah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, well, see, that's until cases started to go up in those areas where they're heavily masked already.
Okay. All right,
Now that COVID cases are going up again in those densely populated, heavily masked, heavily regulated areas,
okay.
he now had to go back on that.
Well, and again, I'm slightly confused because if this is actually a contagious disease or virus and blah 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 blah,
Right.
that means you don't have a lot of leeway for, I guess mask design. I guess is the best way to put it.
Possibly, yeah.
Because I've seen, I don't know about you, but I've seen through the interwebs and not even looking, but on different websites and in different
They just
things.
pop up.
There's a little thing, there'll be something in the middle, and there's all these different variations. There's one of them I saw that was, it was a mask. It was meant to be a mask, so it covers, from the nose down.
All the way down, yeah.
But it was a face shield. And it aimed down. Because the most face shields you see
they're over the head.
yeah, it comes up almost like a quarter of a cone for a dog that's been snipped.
Yeah, or it works very much same thing like a welder's mask.
Yeah, or it's the one that comes straight down.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they're like, oh no, those don't work.
How do they not work?
But I'm saying there's this design I've seen, and it's clear. It covers the nose, it covers the mouth.
But you can see the mouth.
You can see the mouth, so at least you're able to feel like you're talking to somebody.
How do you get a clear thing? How do you get something clear like that over your mouth and not have holes for breathing? There's not a clear cloth material.
No, but I was gonna say, but there's that. There's also that I thought the face shield thing didn't work. It was not accepted. At least anywhere I've been, anything I've played, any place I've been to, any work I've been to, none of it works. They always deny it. Like where we work at,
Yeah.
we don't even get to wear gaiters
Right, anymore.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
They still wear them.
Yeah, we're not supposed to.
Yeah, we're not supposed to, but
people still wear them and nobody says anything.
nobody said anything yet. But bystanders, and if somebody bigwig comes through or safety walks through, like if you're seen, you could be told to leave.
Yeah, you can be kicked off site for that.
Yeah. You have to wear like the surgical type that goes around, either the cloth surgical one that you literally see doctors using.
Right, yeah.
Or, other variations that are similar to that, but it has to wrap around the ears and it covers the face and da-da-da.
So maybe they clean this up.
Well, I have
maybe
one other quick question.
Okay, all right.
One other quick question.
All right, sure.
$500,000.
Total.
In prizes.
Yes, cash prize.
This is two questions. So it is cash prizes.
Cash prizes.
Okay, well, that raises one of the questions.
Okay.
The main question I have for that is, where's the money coming from?
Good question. The Department of Health and Human Services announced on Wednesday that the agency launched an innovative challenge competition today, encouraging American innovators to aid in the nation's COVID-19 response by designing effective, comfortable face masks for personal use that resolve the common concerns people have about wearing masks, such as fogged glasses and difficulty speaking through the face coverings.
You know the ones that actually work? Are the literal hazmat ones?
Yeah, the ones that have difficulty speaking and,
Yeah, no, I mean, you could do it.
and actually they don't fog your glasses up because they're completely contained.
Yeah.
That's what works.
No, I meant the whole hazmat
Yeah, with
suit.
but also the ones that have the breathers on the side.
Oh, yeah, no, there's those
And that's
too.
like completely sealed around your face.
Yeah, the problem with this is people like myself can't wear those.
Right.
Because I'm sorry.
You can't completely
I
seal
am not
fur
I'm not going to shave
for COVID.
for yeah, exactly. There's no way.
Yeah.
Then I will be unemployed and destitute because there's no way in hell
I don't
would
think
ever.
the girlfriend would allow this.
No, I don't either.
I don't think so.
I don't either.
She would she'd probably smack you.
Oh, it'd be worse than smacking.
Yeah.
I'd be a dead man.
You'd be dead.
It'd be a
We're saying that you prefer the beard over not. And if he shaved his beard, that he'd probably die. Yeah. See,
just for context, since you were
since
over
you
there-
stood up,
yeah, it was over the mask thing. Like we were
Yeah.
talking about actual proper masks. There's this thing going on.
yeah.
that if
it's
I
like
had
you
it,
get the full breather,
the ones, the actual gas mask with the canisters and stuff. The only way those work is to be clean shaven. And I said, there's no way I would be clean shaven to wear a mask like that for COVID.
right.
And that even if I did that, even for COVID, you would kill me.
Well, yes,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The only reason I would have to do that would
we'll
be
blame COVID for sure.
The only reason I would have to wear that, it would be for work. So if work told me that that's the masks we had to wear, and
The
since I would
standard
have
now.
to shave, I'm talking canisters,
Yeah.
and if I have to do that, otherwise I don't have a job. I said that she would rather that I be broke and unemployed.
Yep.
There you
I
go.
hear.
See,
I hear. Oh, look, Tech Roo has one.
See,
He has one.
yeah, but he's got toilet paper. That doesn't count.
Right. So the submissions for the contest are due by April 21st. So they have 20 days to come up with something. And up to 10 winners will be eligible to receive $10,000 prizes in the first phase. Up to 5 winners will be elected to split a total of $400,000 prize purse in the second. So there's no first place. There's no first place winner. The Daily Mail asserted that the Biden administration's mask contest being rolled out in conjunction with the $10 million campaign promoting vaccinations and sending out mixed messages to Americans. So they released a $10 million campaign to promote vaccines. And at the same day, they also went and did a
$500,000
contest, a $500,000 contest for masks, which doesn't make any sense because if you're vaccinated or if enough people are vaccinated, you don't need the mask.
They are desperately trying to hold on to this.
Yes, because if they don't hold on to this, then they have nothing to control us with again. That's it. That's all there is.
No, I know.
You have so many people that are so distraught and destroying themselves over this.
So I don't know how Jack all over on Twitter. What are the prizes? Tickets to Chuck E. Cheese, half a coupons to a local car wash.
Yes.
Yes, those are actually probably better.
They probably would work better. Mojovian and Stealth Jack all over there on the Twitters as well. Worse than spankings. So many words.
What's worse than spanking?
So many words.
I'm sorry. I say, this whole again. They're trying to they're incentivizing people to continue making these things, and I just
Paige over there on the Facebook got us. If we could all just stop breathing,
there
the
you
virus
go.
would go away and problem solved.
There you go.
Right?
Well, but then technically, wouldn't you just need to breathe the virus? Just allegedly.
Allegedly.
I mean, you would stop breathing then if it killed you.
Right. So let's all just take the virus and go.
And if it didn't, then it would make you stronger.
Like normal things that happen?
Well, yeah, but now we're just talking nonsense.
Like what happens with our immune system all the
Yeah,
time.
but now you're just talking nonsense.
Oh, that's nonsense.
Yeah,
then.
it's nonsense. There's no science. There's no scientific consensus saying that, if you are exposed to anything that you could turn around and eventually build up at least a tolerance or a more stronger ability to fight it off and ward it off.
In the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in the end, it doesn't really matter.
That's right. wonder if Biden takes it in the end.
He's too old to even take it at all. Ain't nobody getting none in that house. I promise you that.
That's
The
why
dogs, maybe.
It's almost forceful for him to sniff anymore.
That's why he sniffs. I remember the time.
Do you remember the time when I smelled your hair?
Requiem for a Slug. The sound of the small nuclear explosion you hear is my head exploding now that we're talking about masking up longer. I am right there with you.
Oh yeah, we're all right there. Don't worry about that.
Because it ain't gonna happen. Like I said, I'm dead serious. Like this, I'm currently, this is the best day job I've ever had, and you bet your ass I would walk out of there quick, fast, and in a hurry if they keep amping things up.
Which they won't.
They won't be. Well, I don't know. There. Hold on. I can say it now because
Yeah,
we're not doing
we're
it.
not
To be fair, where we're at
Yeah.
is controlled, where we work at gets their guidelines and stuff from the state. The state is way too damn close to DC.
Yeah, you're right.
So if anybody's going to be drugged through the change things at the last minute or wait the longest, it's going to be where we're at.
It's gonna be me.
It's gonna be me.
Oh baby, baby. How was I supposed to know that something wasn't right here?
That something wasn't right.
And this is what people miss when they don't watch.
I know.
When they don't watch the show.
Watch.
You don't get to see him do the hand motions.
Go to YouTube.
but man, is it amazing.
YouTube. At DOA Show YouTube.
D-Live.
Yeah, do D Live. Yeah.
What's that?
This is Defenders Live.
TechRoo 2024 on Twitter. That what doesn't kill you only postpones the inevitable. Wise words indeed, sir. That definitely, it's sad, but it's true.
Kevin Hutchins over on the Facebook. He must have gotten unbanned.
Congratulations.
Quote, "Hey Joe, I'm a dog. If my ass needs sniffing, I could do it myself."
The way he starts off, it sounds like it could have been a Bob Dylan song.
Hey Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Hey Joe.
I'm a dog, and I can sniff my own butt. I don't need you no more.
Oh.
Do you remember the time?
You know what? I think you need to take this one.
Have we ever done that? We need to do that one day.
Just Bob Dylan.
I'm dead. No,
Bob
not
Dylan
Just,
sings the classics.
well, not just Bob Dylan, but how funny would it be? And I don't know if we've touched on this kind of stuff before, but how funny would it be to just pick different singers and have them
That we can imitate.
that we can imitate at least
Right.
close,
Yeah,
and
close
have
enough.
them turn around and do songs that are either not in their era of living,
Or nowhere
not in
close
their
to the genre.
nothing.
Nope.
Like I don't know, Prince. I know I can't do
Wow,
Prince.
no, that's not happening.
but I was gonna.
That's not happening.
Like Nickelback sinking Baby Shark or something like that.
Sure, we can
It's like-
definitely do that. We can definitely go that way.
But you'd have to go or Linkin Park. Do Linkin Park.
We can do that one.
I know we can.
Both of us could do that.
That would
one.
be
It'd
funny.
great.
We have to do, but we'd have to do the rap edition style too. Back.
Yeah.
Like what? Post.
You could be Mike
95 or
Shinoda.
something.
You could be Mike Shinoda.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I'll be Chester. You be Mike
Yeah, I
Shinoda.
can't- I
And
can't.
neither of us will commit suicide.
And
this
neither.
time.
Neither one of us will blow our brains out when it's over.
You will never be on Punked, and I will never blow my brains out.
That's good.
That's how
that
this
works
works.
out
I think this is
fair
good.
for everyone.
That's right. That's how we're running.
You know what isn't fair is when most Americans hear the word infrastructure.
Uh-huh.
Because they rightly think of the foundational physical structures such as highways, bridges, and roads that allow society to operate.
Okay. Just
Well, they-
you say that
No, we
like
do.
that's what everybody thinks of,
as you Google it.
That's
well,
what's just like, we're going that way. Funny enough, the definition is an underlying base or foundation, especially for an organization or a system, or the basic facilities, services, and installations needed for the functioning of a community or society, such as transportation and communication services, water and power lines, and the public installation, including schools, post offices, and prisons. That part you can leave out. An underlying base, a foundation, especially for an organization or a system. Once again, so it's not just what we think.
Again, what you have to take everything and you have to scrutinize and figure out exactly what it is
Right.
that is being said.
If you don't know a word, make sure you know the word.
Well, and even though you may know the word, somebody else may be using it differently. As we've done like this whole week, I feel like we've had to pause and go, okay, now what do you mean by this word?
Right.
Because there's a lot that people don't take into consideration and go, oh, this someone means something different.
Yeah.
So
That's what happens here.
yes, it absolutely is. When I hear infrastructure, that's all I hear is bridges and highways, and because all you hear from is that's what
Bridges and
especially
highways and
presidents
whatever,
and
blah,
stuff
blah,
will
blah.
say.
Yeah.
Which again, it's not their job. Just so we're clear,
That's the state's job.
it's not the federal government's job to worry about bridges and highways and roads.
That's the state.
Period. However, for the Biden administration, those basic physical structures are merely a slice of the vast infrastructure pie, and a small one at that.
Right.
Many Americans may be interested to find out that President Joe Biden's quote unquote American Jobs Plan. See how that rolls off the tongue? That
That's-
sounds good, doesn't it?
that's
American
fair.
Jobs Plan.
American Jobs Plan.
Consistently touted by the administration as an infrastructure bill.
Right.
I'm doing air quotes.
There's air quotes there.
Air quotes.
There's a lot of air quotes here.
It spends comparatively little on highways, bridges, and roads, and instead, the bulk of the massive $2 trillion with a T plan is set to go forward or go toward other progressive initiatives, such as electrical vehicles and free community college.
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Free.
not. Community colleges have nothing to do with infrastructure.
No, I hear this, and for a moment I'm going to go off on a slight tangent. It's more to ask a question. Have you noticed that all of the free colleges, they're never talking about these big universities that give out the free college? It's always the free community colleges.
Well, that's because they don't have any control over the big colleges, the big university.
Well, no, it's because the big colleges and everything contribute to so much of their stuff. They're not going to make them not, collect income.
Right.
Because that income fuels them. Community colleges, however, do not.
That's right.
According to a chart obtained by the Washington Post, which details the proposal's spending break, the administration plans to spend only $115 billion, roughly 1/20th
Yeah.
of the total,
That's about right.
on highways, bridges, and roads, while spending $174 billion on electric vehicles, $213 billion on affordable and sustainable housing, $137 billion on public schools and community colleges, and $180 billion on climate-based research and development.
They literally spend more money on everything but
What they are
infrastructure.
Yeah, which is what they're saying they're doing, which they don't have a right to do in the first place. Just saying. Shut up. I know what it is. Sweaters Prime over on Twitter at Dylan Allows. It's quote, the quote, unquote. I got that.
Come on, man.
But I got wrapped up in it and I felt like doing air quotes. Sue me.
End quote.
God, yeah. Quote, unquote. And that
End
one.
quote. Yeah.
Getting yelled at on my own damn show. Other large expenditures include $111 billion for clean drinking water.
Oh, that's great.
Again, not the federal government's job.
Flint, Michigan.
$100 billion for high-speed broadband.
That's
Definitely
not
the
job.
government's job.
That's Google, actually. That's all going to Google. You know that, right?
I know.
That's $100
I know.
billion going to Google.
all these big places like Google and all them all they are just money laundering for them to turn around and funnel that money right back into the DNC.
Right.
Or into the government as a whole, because it's not just the DNC. Let's be fair about
Yeah,
this.
it's both.
It's
It's
all
everything.
sides. Both parties do it.
If you want bigger government, go into government.
Pretty much. And $100 billion for workforce development.
That means absolutely nothing.
It is.
You cannot develop the workforce. The government has no availability. You have nothing you can do to up the workforce. Nothing.
No.
The government, if you create government jobs, all it does is suck more money from the rest of the people. If the government tries to create private jobs, it creates a problem because you can't.
Yeah, government can't produce a private job
You cannot produce one single job.
because it's no longer private at that point.
And not only that, but it's actually a deficit on the economy if you try to create jobs by forcing it.
Why? I feel like the idiot now because, it's, I mean, seriously, this is common sense stuff. Okay? This is stuff that honestly, with a little bit of thought and work through, my 7-year-old could figure this out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
He could look at it and go, that's not right.
That's not smart.
But how come nobody else doesn't?
Oh, they do.
No,
but
no,
they
no,
don't
no.
care.
No, I'm not talking about the government because obviously they want to do this.
Right.
But how's it that nobody else, the normal people like myself, you really don't care that badly? Then what the hell am I wasting my time for?
Well, I mean, we're talking to the people, I guess, that do care.
Anyway, it could also be true that the administration is being intentionally vague in its summary descriptions of the expenditures in the chart. Earlier reporting about the spending package stated it would allot $400 billion in spending to combat climate change, including $60 billion for infrastructure related to green transit and $46 billion to climate-related research and development.
You know, that's funny that you say that because I was counting up the numbers on the stuff above, and it got nowhere close to 1 trillion, let alone 2. So that 400 billion, that adds a bit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It does. Additionally, is expected to include a universal pre-kindergarten, free community college, expanded child care, and national paid leave program.
National paid leave program.
Yeah,
So the government is now paying you to
not work.
not work? I thought you were trying to get more jobs.
Well, yeah, it's really weird how that works out. But I would, not for nothing. It's my money they're giving back to me.
I might as well take it.
If you're going to pay me out of my money that you took from me to give back to not go back to work, okay. Southern Ohio Jackal over on Twitter. What? A spending plan that is money laundering? So there's nothing new out of D.C.
Correct.
No.
Yeah,
there's
that's that. Yeah, yep, right.
Yeah.
Yep.
B from the SEV. Everyone knows spending budgets are decided based on what the voting bloc is needed for the next election.
Oh, yes. Well, they're not worried about the next election yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Requiem for a Slug. When you say infrastructure, I think of the 100-year water mains in Portland that need replacing, but the city ignores until they explode.
That's because it's the city's job. And since they don't care, nobody else does.
Anyway.
That's it. That's how it is. That's all. That's it. That's all it is.
What if it's private fast over? How can I use you when you don't have money at Dylan Lyles? And P.S. I couldn't afford to sue you anyways. You couldn't get anything. That's the downside. It's not so much that you couldn't afford it. It's just there literally is nothing there.
Right.
Because trust me, I'm already dealing with a vampiric type draining system as it is in that way, and I don't.
Right.
Not much left to be tapped out, if you know what I'm saying.
Right. And so we've talked about COVID a little bit today. Might as well finish up the topic.
I don't want to. I'm so tired of it.
Well,
man.
I mean, it's all anybody talks about, so we got to add it into the roster.
Why do we have to?
Because I don't want to. Well, you might be, I don't know,
Shocked?
a little
surprised?
shocked,
Probably
surprised.
not. How much do you want to bet I'm not?
I don't.
Does anybody on Twitter want to take the over/under as to whether I'm going to be surprised? Or not?
You got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2.
Wait a minute. You're giving him 5 seconds on a 40-second delay? That's
right,
crap, dude.
I know.
That's crap.
Exactly. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah.
Holy cow.
You're good?
Yeah, no, I breathed wrong.
And they're
That's
never
what happens when you get old. You start breathing wrong.
So in the media's never-ending quest to discredit Florida and their governor, Ron DeSantis, who is widely considered to be one of the front runners for the 2024 GOP presidential nomination, the media have attempted to paint DeSantis and his handling of the coronavirus pandemic as incompetent and reckless.
Wow.
There's only one problem.
There is.
Yeah. Florida has performed better than pretty much every state.
Ooh.
Specifically, better than New York and California.
Okay.
Whose governors have been widely praised already for their handling of COVID-19, even though Florida has more of a vulnerable population.
You can't. That's an unfair comparison. I'm
What,
sorry.
Florida to New York?
To New York and California. That's unfair.
No,
No,
it's not.
That is unfair.
Not at all.
It is.
Media gave praise to California
And I get
New
their
York,
reasoning for that, but I'm
and
saying
they're trying
it's,
to discredit DeSantis.
and I got
DeSantis'
that.
numbers are better than both of them.
I understand all that,
Uh-huh.
but it is unfair otherwise to compare them to California and New York
Mm-hmm.
because the numbers of the deaths from my shoe. Like my left shoe is got better numbers and come out better in the end
Than New York
than
and
New York and
California.
California does.
Yeah, you're probably right.
There's an ant colony in my backyard. I'm sure has got has got better numbers. That was a wow one.
Weird.
I know because I went and it literally a little sliver of saliva went
Right in the back.
I hate that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I've got an ant colony in the backyard that I'm sure could probably put out better numbers than California.
And you've
New
poured
York.
like the ant killer on there.
I have. Well, I haven't had to worry about it lately because my yard's a swamp.
So it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So they're swimming right now. Yeah,
They
see, accordingly, the Democratic allies in the media have seized upon a study from that's been published in the American Journal of Public Health that they claimed showed that Florida was undercounting their COVID deaths. Yahoo News, which first publicized the study widely, originally claimed that the study showed that 4,924 excessive deaths should have been counted as a result of COVID-19, but for the most part were ruled as having been caused by something else, thus lowering Florida's coronavirus fatalities. The numbers and local populations misrepresented the story even worse, though. Orlando Weekly originally claimed that the study showed that 19,000 COVID deaths were unreported. The outlet later issued a correction saying that the numbers of death researchers we believed were included in the official tally of 4,924.
I'm sorry, how many?
4,924.
One more time. My headphones must have earwax in them.
4,000.
4,000.
924.
924.
Which is closer to the truth.
Hold on,
but
4,924,000 is what you're trying to say, right?
no, 4,924.
Actually, the way I said it would have been actually 4 million. I
Yeah.
realize that now.
Yeah.
But still, so yeah, it's a higher number. That's what you've left off a couple of zeros
No, not at all.
because they were undercounting it.
No. That the official number was that based upon there after they did the claim of 19,000. It's closer to the truth, but it's not the truth.
Wow. So it's not.
No, it's not the truth. 19,000 is not the truth. 4,924 is not the truth. Even one especially illiterate Florida publication originally claimed that 19,000 was the figure. Then they claimed 14,000.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, the problem with it is we're never going to fully know anyway because of the way they've manipulated the numbers so much.
That's the thing.
Like the way that it has been manipulated, you're not going to, and I say manipulated from the angle of it's not that they were, it's the way they counted it. If you died and even had that in you, whether you were asymptomatic or not, whether it was the leading cause or not, they said, oh, you died from it.
So here's the thing. The study was based on a statistical model.
Oh, good, because that's how you do studies is,
Right.
you don't get out there and actually look at the evidence and you
They
do
said,
basically,
yeah.
you put everything into a computer and go,
Right.
well, computer on the wall, what if?
Right. And so they took a statistical study based upon, the average number of deaths, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
For age group. And they said in that period of 2020, Florida should have had 19,241 deaths of COVID. But they only reported 14,317. Instead of saying, good job, Florida,
Yeah.
they said they misreported.
They tried to make it into a bad thing.
Yeah, they said, no. That can't be the case because our study is final.
Again,
Our statistical modeling
Your modeling.
is better than your actual numbers.
the same modeling
that gives you climate change.
Well, I was going to say also, and the same modeling that tracks hurricanes.
Right, that same, no, yes.
Here's the possible the paths that the hurricane's going to take.
Mm-hmm.
Requiem for a Slug on Twitter. Florida is also working with a handicap. Florida man.
Florida man.
That's true.
That's true.
True.
So here's where it gets really weird.
Uh-huh.
The study lead author, Musa Tatar,
Musa Tatar.
or Tartar. Which one would you rather? Moose Tartar or Musa Tatar?
Well, it's Tatar. There's no R there, so it's not Tartar.
Right. So it's Musa
Which would have
Tar-
been really funny.
It's Musa Tatar.
okay.
Musa
No,
the
it
Jar-
is. It's Musa Tatar.
Musa de Jar Jar Binks, who's a PhD, mind you.
You just want to go see the Gungans?
He said to The Hill, I'm at sure that COVID-19 is responsible for the most of these deaths. That's what Dr. Jar Jar Binks says is certainly entitled to his own opinion, but the study he co-authored expressly disclaims any ability to know that this information is true. As the study notes, there has been, quote, speculation on whether deaths from the non-COVID-19 cases have decreased or increased during the pandemic. It has been reported that the deaths from the unintentional injury decreased as a result of lockdown measures, but deaths from chronic disease, drug overdoses, and suicides have increased.
Yeah. And again, they're going to turn around and classify it as COVID. Because it was COVID. If it wasn't for COVID, people wouldn't have been locked in their houses. They wouldn't have. It's all this stuff. They're not.
They're
gonna take,
dying of loneliness.
Yeah, they're not going to take a solid metric,
Right.
and base everything from that. They're going to turn around and go, well, we need the funding. We need to ride this out. We need to scare the hell out of people. So, does it look like? Does this test say he had positive for COVID? Yeah.
Yeah. It looks
did
like it.
did
Did
it
we
get-
actually test him? No.
No. Well, even we test him. Sure, we test him. Yeah, and it did come back positive. Oh, is that what killed him? No. Come to find out, he was like he had stage 4 cancer and severe leukemia, and
Right.
I believe his rectum fell out while he was on his way to the hospital. It was
Rectum.
a horrible thing. Damn near killed him. There's a lot.
Thank you.
There's a lot of there was all these different things that happened, and conveniently, as he was being pulled out of the ambulance, there was a construction accident, and a scaffolding fell and literally took his head off his shoulders.
But did he have COVID?
But he did test positive for COVID, so
he
it's-
died of COVID.
So he died of COVID.
What about the one that got shot by a gun from his ex-wife or whatever, and he didn't have COVID, but they counted it as a COVID case?
because she had COVID? Because it was in the apartment building or something like that. I don't know. Because COVID is what made her pull the trigger. We have now found the missing link as to what make guns kill people.
COVID.
It is COVID. It's
COVID.
Not,
Guns don't kill people.
Guns don't kill people, and
COVID.
bad people don't kill people.
It's COVID makes people kill
makes
people.
people kill people.
That's right. It's like a virus in your brain. It makes you kill people. Southern Ohio Jack all over on the Twitters. Did Musa Tatar have a helper that was, I don't know, a flying squirrel? Maybe 2 baddies that were Russian chasing after him?
Hey, Rocky!
Watch me pull a rabbit out of my head. Not on my sleeve. Presto. That was a great show.
Yeah, I missed that show. The
so
new
good.
ones suck, but
They
the older
do,
ones were
yeah.
great.
Isn't that how it always is?
It is.
It's how it always
It
is.
It's all genuine and fine, and
Yeah.
and then it's not.
In other words, to wrap it up, the researchers assumed from the very beginning that DeSantis' actions should have killed more people, and were looking for the confirmation of their own beliefs. It's not surprising that to find them claiming to the media that they found it, even if their actual published data does not support that conclusion.
They're so upset. It's not fair. There should be more dead people.
Bring out your dead! Ding.
That just goes to show the depravity of these people.
They're actually wanting more people dead
Yes.
just to spite one politician.
Yeah, because you hate somebody so badly.
It's like you hate the fact that these people are doing okay.
Yeah, God forbid that that people survive. God
Right.
forbid that people don't die and you can, and they live on and everything is great. No. They have to die so you could turn around and make somebody you don't like get out. That just goes to show you how in deep you are into the I don't know what would be the reverse of people worship. Human worship. Like seriously, like
People hatred.
it's like, but hatred's not even a strong enough word for it, I don't think. But it's literally that kind of thing. This person, you want him out of there politically so badly
Yeah.
that you don't care if people die. You actually hope for it and are looking for it and are upset when you don't find it.
Because if they die, if all those people die, at least you have a reason to be mad at them.
Yeah. Or how about you just be thankful that they didn't die and go, oh, well, damn, he got his stuff right. Maybe we should work together somewhere, somehow. Even if you don't like the guy, even if you
Maybe
don't like
he
what
has a
stands
clue on how to handle this.
Because I thought the people were what was more important. If you're going to be, I'm sorry, but as a government, if you're going to be the arbiter of everything, if you're going to be in charge and the
Right.
the take care of you from, cradle to grave and all of that jazz. Shut up. No. I'm not.
I'm going to the
Suzanne's-
background.
No.
Here,
No.
I'm just going to sing it in the background.
No,
here,
don't.
It's fine. What?
But if you're going to be like, if you're going to take care of everybody and that's how you want it to be, shut up. I'm going to mute you. If that's what you want to do, then you kind of have to actually do it. You know what I mean? Like you can't be worrying about, oh, well, this politician is in my way. No. If the government is, as a whole, regardless of whether you agree with the big government thing or not,
Right.
If big government is taking over and they are to take care of you and watch over you and give you everything because you're too stupid and you're incapable of providing for yourself,
Right.
then you shouldn't be worrying about who, hoping that those very same people die so you can get someone else out of office. That doesn't
I hope you all die.
smell of the brie and go away.
Just so you know, we're all going to die one day.
Yeah.
Why are you rushing it?
Everybody's got an expiration date.
So why are you rushing it?
yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah, this one was probably over Twitter. Steven Airy, please don't say quote unquote to wrap it up ever again. It's just too creepy coming from you.
To wrap this up,
It is a little creepy, actually.
I think I might start using that again.
You have 4 very young children. Clearly, you don't.
I do now.
Ew, 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 ew. No, I didn't need that. No, moving on. No, we've got less than a minute. Damn it. No, there's nothing else. Oh,
That's a good way to end the hour right there.
no, it's not. Mental pictures are not cool, okay?
It's your fault.
Hi, Pumpkin. Tonight's safe word is banana. That was last night's. Oh, you're right. My
Yeah, I
bad.
tell you, it's always meatloaf.
No, you can't always be meatloaf.
Yes, it is.
It can't always be meatloaf. You have to have some variety in your life.
No. The safe word is meatloaf, and it always is meatloaf. And the reason why you keep the same one is so people don't get confused.
It was just cake. Or no, that's what you do. Never mind.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna go have
another
cake.
thing. We're gonna go have cake or pie.
We're gonna go do our taxes.
Yeah. Mhm. If you hear screaming, it's because we're upset. We're gonna go wrestle.
B from the SAV, listening to @DOA show and partaking of my favorite hobby, cooking bacon.
That's a good hobby,
See,
sir.
I may come over to your house when I'm enjoying.
You have the sizzle and the.
That looks really good.
It really does. Although you cut it into chunks. Like, what's that for?
You know why? I bet you why.
Is it
'Cause
to make it easier to fit into the pan like that?
I was gonna say probably you don't want the overhang on the pan and then make it bow and.
Oh, see, I've got the griddle, so I just do it all right there on the griddle.
Yeah,
and it makes it
but
because they all fit
there's
perfectly
to me
go horizontal.
and I'm with B on this. There's nothing like cooking bacon out of a well-seasoned,
Skillet.
well-used cast iron skillet.
Well,
there's
I've
not.
got a cast iron griddle.
but it's not the same.
It is to me.
And that's not the same.
It's so good. Either way.
Yes, it is though. It's next weekend. I may have to be knocking on his door. Can I have some bacon, please?
Mojovian Self Jackal, given the sheer number of the Airy clan, I'm guessing that at Steven, Airy isn't a rapper.
There you go.
You got it.
All right. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Get some coffee.
Get that taste out of your mouth.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. We got to get that taste out of your mouth of all
Gonna
of that.
wash that man right out of your hair.
AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Historically great coffee. Go to Mojo50.com. Check all them out over there. Follow us on all social medias at DOA Show. Especially on Twitter as we're reading y'all's tweets right now. Still another hour to go. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Back.
And see, that's the perfect GIF.
That looks really good.
But that's the perfect GIF right there.
Oh,
You're still looking at the bacon
I'm looking at the
picture.
bacon. I'm not looking
You're
at meatloaf.
looking at the bacon pic like, oh.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at the bacon. Bacon looks good.
Bacon too good?
I may have to make a Sheets run here when we're done.
Just to get some bacon.
Actually, I probably wouldn't even end up getting bacon, but
Probably not, which is
fried
sad.
food.
Fried foods of some sort.
You get the little
the cheese curds.
No, okay, so I get
I
their
love those
appetizer
cheese curds.
sampler,
I love those cheese curds.
their jalapeno poppers, and mozzarella sticks is what I get.
Oh, the wife loves the poppers.
You get 2 orders of the poppers, and you get 1 thing of the mozzarella sticks. That's how.
Oh, because you get 3 in a total, yeah. Well, because it's a sampler, and so you can get like a supply of things, and so you can either get like wings and
you get 3
mozzarella
different
sticks,
ones you can choose from.
and you can choose the same
And it's
thing
$5.
repeated, and it's $5.
Yep.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
You could do poppers.
Which is, but it only ends up to being like literally like 2 or 3 more poppers
Than you
than
would
if you
normally get.
bought.
But it's
a
only
single
$5.
One. Yeah.
It's only $5.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
Sounds like I'm going to be making a Sheets run here tonight.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
What can I say except
You're welcome.
nobody's even seeing that? What are you doing? He started doing the Maui thing, the chest bump and the wiggled hands and all the rest of it.
Talon does it.
It was Maui. I know. Fill yours up first. I need to fill it up. Yeah. Fill yours up first. There. Yeah. Good. Perfect. I knew what I was doing. I'm just making sure, man. I don't want. It better not be your taint. All right. You've been working all day. That's not good. It's dirty.
I've been labeling.
Dirty. It's the dirty South.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh wait, I'm not dirty today. That's him, not me. Although I did get new tires.
Did you
I got-
on the car already?
Yeah. Well, it's a used car. So
I know, but you
no,
didn't really need them, did
yeah,
you?
I did.
Really?
The tread in the front specifically were like, yeah.
Well,
The front was basically bald.
I've bought 2 of them too, but that's only because I got a hole. I picked up a nail.
I just went straight for all 4, man.
Well,
and now I've got a warranty for like 80,000 miles, so I'm happy.
well, did you buy Road Hazard?
No, but I got it from Discount Tire, and they do the warranty on everything else, but.
No, but
that-
hold on. But that 80,000 mile warranty, just so we're clear, doesn't count.
Yeah, I know it doesn't count road hazard.
hazard.
Yeah,
Just so we're clear.
I know.
But no, I had to buy 2 because the front were very severely chopped, or the back were
They
severely
didn't even
chopped.
offer it. You know that?
Of course, I think Discount does theirs a little differently. I
They
don't
do.
know. I don't
they do.
know.
Like I think for them it's everything included.
See, but
They don't even offer
I bought 2
hazard.
because I needed to be even. You got to buy 2. It's all
Yeah,
I
you
had.
gotta buy
to-
2.
I really only had the cash for that because all my money's going to lawyers. But well, no, it is.
Yeah.
But so I was able to at least get the 2, and everything's fine right now. But my goal is eventually, as soon as I can swing it, is to throw the other 2 on, and then I'll go to like someplace like Just Tires or wherever,
I just straight-
and I'll pay another $100 out of pocket,
Yeah.
to have those Road Hazard.
Yeah.
And then go from
get
there.
a road hazard on everything. Yeah.
Yep, all in one goo.
Yeah. See, I said, you know what? I was this close to having of needing them like where they recommended on the back tires. I was just so close to getting them
Yeah.
recommended, and on the front they were dead. So I was like, yeah, let's go ahead, let's do them all.
Yeah, the only thing holding me back is going into April, I got to register the car again. It's that time of year.
It's that time of year.
I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, ready, breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
Oh, so I've said this before.
Yeah. And you'll say it again.
We probably will because these dumb things keep happening. I am really, I get the point behind it, but I am completely over the whole gender reveal thing. I'm over it. I don't care. Stop it. Just stop it.
Yep.
Especially when most people don't apparently know how to do it properly.
Mm-hmm.
To the point that people are dying.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good it does to have a gender reveal
When people die.
When people, it's that's not how birth works. It's not it's not like the Highlander where there can only be one kind of thing where
There can
or
be
like
only
the
one.
Sith where you can't have another apprentice until one is dead or whatever.
Right.
Like you can't have that trade off.
There can only be two.
Yeah, it's not like how that works. You
There's
don't
master and apprentice.
You're not supposed to kill people off to make way for the unborn on its way. That's
There can
not
be
how this
no
goes.
more. Yeah.
2 people are reported dead after a gender reveal party in Cancun, Mexico. It ended with a plane
A plane.
streaming a sign that the baby would be a girl
Uh-huh.
as it nosedives into the ocean.
The plane, boss, the plane.
The expectant couple and their guests were filming the small propeller plane on a boat in the Caribbean Ocean when the tragic incident took place. In the video of the reveal, people on board were shouting celebration, "It's a girl!" before the camera catches the plane plunging into the water.
Nosedive.
The plane, reportedly a Cessna 206, made a swooping turn over the party boat before appearing to lose speed and begin a rapid descent. The Spanish-speaking spectators could be heard shrieking in terror after seeing the plane crash.
Great. 2
2 individuals, the pilot and co-pilot, are on board of the plane at the time of the crash, and one had reportedly died by the time medical first responders arrived on the scene, while the other died as paramedics conducted an operation on dry land. Mexican authorities are said to be investigating the incident, and according to the Daily Mail, the plane, which has been rented for the party from a company called
Zomex.
Can you give me a moment,
Nope.
please?
Not doing it.
It took off from a location around 40 miles northwest of Cancun before making its flyby over to the lagoon that people were in. Right as the plane was approaching, a spectator on the boat reportedly said, "It's all good as long as it doesn't end up crashing into us." Well, thank God it didn't crash into them.
Right.
Can you imagine being that person?
Yeah, it's all good as long as I don't die.
That person is probably having like a really deep kind of, I don't know, Final Destination moment.
Right?
It's like, oh crap, death is coming for me.
Oh, no.
The incident quickly garnered international attention because it happened during a gender reveal party.
Mm-hmm.
Such parties, which have become widely popular in recent years, have
So
also
great.
sparked significant backlash from the unintended consequences that continue to happen as a result.
Because people are stupid.
In February, a father-to-be in New York died
Yep.
trying to put together an explosive device for celebration. The device was supposed to explode in a cloud of colorful powder and instead sent a piece of shrapnel flying. Earlier in the same month, the gender reveal party in Michigan similarly claimed the life of an attending friend who was fatally struck by a piece of shrapnel. Perhaps the most well-known disaster attributed to a gender reveal party occurred last year in California when a couple shot off pyrotechnic device that sparked the massive El Dorado fire.
Still don't know how much they're going to pay for that one.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you're going to do, guys, Listen, I
Look.
just
Look.
look. If you're gonna do a gender reveal, which okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do that,
Yeah.
stick to the easy stuff.
Can't it be at the baby shower at the same time?
Fill a balloon.
Something.
You know, have a cake made.
Yeah, but then somebody will, like poke their eye out or something with a needle that
oh, I mean, there's other guy. I guess. Well,
somebody swings a little
then
too
make
hard.
it. Then make the cake. Have somebody
Yeah.
make a cake in the
With
inside.
either blue or pink or the inside.
Yeah, as the actual cake color.
Right.
Do that. There's a lot of different ways that you can do this without dying.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple. You know, probably the easiest and safest way to have a gender reveal party
What's
that
that?
won't kill anybody.
What's up?
You hold the picture up and we go, we found out it's a girl.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Or you do a Zoom call. Something stupid. Whatever.
Yeah, you do a Zoom call and then you do one of those filters in the background. Like the same ones that Carrie can't
This
get
is
off
the one
of
that
her
Carrie can't control.
but that's for Skype.
She selected it and she is doomed forever.
It'll always be there. The Requiem for a Slug over there on the Twitter.
Hold on.
What?
I just had a fantastic thought. Not that, okay. This is so bad.
Oh gosh.
I want to preface this by saying I hope that Carrie lives a very long life and I don't want anything bad to happen to her. However, when she dies, I hope I'm around.
Okay.
You know how...
You know she's not that much older than us, so...
Well, no, excuse you. Shut up. She's not that much older than me. She's way older than you.
What are you talking about?
Shut up. Anyway, you know how when there's a funeral, usually there's some kind of really big poster board
Yeah.
of a picture of said person.
Yeah.
I really want
You
that.
want that to be the baubles in the background?
I
too?
want the
No,
baubles
dude.
to be the background of whatever picture is chosen. Because it's stuck with it. And the only people who know this show and know her will make that connection and point and go,
That's a good one.
that's what I want. And I think it would be fantastic.
Or they'll choke up and be like,
the baubles. I know. I missed the baubles. Yeah, I know. One of the two is going to happen. But how fantastic would that be? Oh. Walk in there, you're sad. The irritating organ music is playing. There's people you don't
The whole
know.
thing, yeah.
Family you haven't talked to since
Ever.
ever.
Like, you don't even know who they are.
And you walk around the corner, and there you see first thing you see is the casket, and you're all sad.
Son
and
of a gun.
You get that empty feeling, and then all of a sudden you see right next to the casket is a picture of Carrie's smiling face with the bauble background. And suddenly your heart is lifted a teensy bit.
Just a tiny bit.
Just a bit.
Just a smidge.
You're still sad that she is gone, but however,
That's great.
yes, I like that idea. Like, again,
I think you got it. I think you got it.
I'm going to let her know.
Yeah,
She
you
needs
should.
to-
You should let her know. Like, it should be in her will.
I'm gonna
It
text.
should be in her will.
I'm gonna text Keith. Be like, hey,
Hey,
so what do you think about this?
This is a good idea, right?
right. Don't let her know.
Never let her know. She'll never know.
It would be funny.
Oh, yeah. Requiem for a Slug. The quickening isn't supposed to be part of the gender reveal parties?
Yeah, I know. It's really weird how that works out. A lot of people apparently assume that it is. You know, because there's a lot of people who believe that we are overpopulating. So
Right. I will, Paige over there on the Facebook, I will let you know, flat out, if people are crying at my funeral, I will be pissed.
Oh, I agree. I plan on handing out for those who are of the drinking type, there will be shots handed to you at the door as soon as you walk in.
Oh, yeah, yeah, at least
Everybody
two.
everybody gets one
At
at
least
the
one.
door.
At the door.
At the door.
Yeah. Of
And-
your favorite preference. Of your
No, because then I'm gonna be a douche and do something like Malort or something like that. Just to be a jerk. It's like,
and you haven't even had Malort yet.
no, I don't, but
you know it works.
I'm aware.
Oh, no, that would be great.
I have heard of the horror
That
stories.
would be so. Could you get the little tiny bottles, and so they can't smell it until they open it, and nobody knows what this is? Oh God, it's great! This is a great. I'm gonna do it,
We're gonna need like
I'ma do it.
600.
babe. I'm gonna do it.
We're gonna have like 600 baby bonkers of
I'm gonna
Malort.
do it.
You're not listening.
My
It's not
funeral. Everyone who goes to my funeral will be handed a travel bottle of Malort that they will have
Yes.
to shoot at the funeral.
Yes.
Oh, it's gonna be so good. Everybody's gonna be sick.
And nobody opens it, and they have to all do it at one time.
Yep, everybody. It'll be like a sacrament at that point.
Exactly.
Everybody open the bottles.
Yeah.
It'll have like the person who's handing it out. We're all gonna drink at the same time. We're all gonna drink at the same time.
Don't open it
We're all
until
gonna
you're told.
Don't open it until the time.
Yep.
It'll be in the planner too. Like, you know how they have the step by step of how to. It'll be the whole deal.
B from the SAV. We did gender reveals on the cheap.
Yeah.
Collect call from. We got a baby. It's a girl.
Do you accept the call? No. Click. Yeah. See. Yeah. We just posted up on Facebook, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. That's how I've always done. Worst case scenarios, I've always done like that. No, but I'm trying to think of creative because I'm the same way. I understand. I've been through enough death in my life,
Right.
probably more than most humans should ever have to go through.
Right.
I've been through a lot of death, and I get that emptiness and that feeling of it. But at the same time, like, you don't want to be like that. You don't want it to be that way.
Celebrate.
And yeah, be happy that,
okay.
regardless of where you stand or where you think I've ended up or if I've ended up anywhere.
Right.
Like, just,
If you believe like I believe, then celebrate.
well, or even if, I was going to say, but
saying.
even if you don't,
Still celebrate.
look at the, hey, he was here and I got to experience it. And I obviously miss him that much that my
I'm
heart
here.
hurts. Yeah. And I'm here. So,
Celebrate.
obviously he did something right somewhere,
Did a good thing.
at least once.
Right. To me, specifically.
To me specifically, yeah. It was that one time
They impacted me nicely one time.
he let me go into the elevator first.
Held the door for me.
That was nice.
so good. Nobody ever
Now,
does
granted, he crop dusted on the way out on the next floor, but
Well,
we're not going to count that
that.
against
No, because I soon found out that he was in.
him. Chronic constipation.
Yeah,
It was
right.
weird.
And the gas was just a part of it.
It's just how it goes.
He was nervous.
But no, I want people when I'm gone to and again, you're going to be inherently sad.
Yeah.
But I want it to be something where people can look back and go, I don't want, and I've already made it clear, and I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm writing my own eulogy because I don't want that whole Dylan was a great man. He was loved by all. Shut up. Stop lying.
Stop it.
I don't want the lie. There are a lot of people who hated me.
And there are a lot of people who were much better than both of us.
Exactly. Like, don't sit there and put me on this pedestal. Tell the truth.
What I want,
Dylan loved
honestly,
his kids. He was really hard on them. Stuff like that.
What
Be
I really
real.
want is I want jokes. I just straight jokes about me specifically.
Like a roast?
Yes. I want a roast.
Yeah, but that crosses into the whole speaking ill of the dead kind of thing.
No.
Don't do that.
I want it.
Yeah, but
It's not speaking ill if I want it. If I accepted it before death, it's not speaking
isolate
ill.
that audio.
I want it.
I want it, and if I accept it before death, isolate that audio.
Done.
So much can be done with that.
Yes, exactly. That's it. I want a roast, and at the end of the roast, the cheer is Malort. Just so I can burn everybody at the end.
The only thing that I have to wonder, though, are you going to have puke buckets stationed?
No!
So you're
It'll be outside.
Oh.
Yeah,
What
it'll
if
be-
it's crappy weather?
Whatever, their fault.
Their fault?
Whether the weather is hot.
It's not their fault.
We'll be together whatever the weather, whether you like it or not.
I knew better. I knew it. I knew it was a hook, and I shoved it down my mouth anyway.
Yeah, you did. You
No,
let it loose.
I did. But no, I want it to be an exciting, like a funny thing. I want it to be, I want it to be fun and,
Yes.
and at least not depressing. And I mean, again, you're going to be sad. It's just nature of the beast. But, sit back and, you remember that time where they ate durian fruit? Remember that time that, like that's the kind of stuff that I want.
Do you remember the times? So the Georgia House of Representatives.
With Michael Jackson
That's
singing
right.
out a loop in the background. Do you remember the time?
That's all you had
It's
that
just
on
that
loop.
part on
that
loop.
on loop
Oh,
with a trap beat.
no. Okay.
All right.
You know how in weddings, the irritating thing in weddings, the one thing in weddings that drives me effing insane.
That you're going to have to deal with in a week.
No, I don't, because it's not my wedding.
You're still going to have to be there.
Yeah, but I know
You can tone it out.
I know the bride really well. I know the
Yeah.
groom fairly well.
You're gonna say
I
no.
can say we're not doing this.
No.
But you know the whole they ring a bell or they clink the glass. Kiss, they ring the bell, ring, kiss.
No, I've never heard of this.
You've never done that?
Never done
Oh
this.
dear Lord!
But then again, I went cheap.
Yeah, no, it's so painful. Because then because what happens is you get that one jackass who especially gets drunk, who thinks it's funny to go, he'll ring the glass and ding, 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 kiss, kiss, and then everybody else joins in, and the bride, and it's just as soon as they're finally getting ready to take their first bite of food, as everyone else is already
Starts
eaten.
it again.
Yeah, and as soon as, and then, okay, and a kiss, and it's, oh, that's right, so wonderful. And yes, I hate that. However, have the Michael Jackson, that little snippet on a loop, and it only gets played at random times. And at those random times, it's left for someone to actually say something that they
else.
remember.
Do you remember the time? Yeah, so there was this one time.
Yeah, exactly. I
Have
remember
to.
when they did the durian fruit. I remember,
Yeah. See, that might be good.
I remember the story of Dylan falling off a mountain while he was skiing. You know, that stuff. Like,
Eventually, we'll get to that
we
one.
will.
But until we get to that point, the Georgia House of Representatives voted on Wednesday to strip Delta Airlines
Wow, I was going to say, hold on now. It's gotten a little racy.
of tax breaks that was worth tens of millions of dollars in response to the CEO's condemnation of Georgia's recently passed voting reform law. Now, we talked about the voting
I
reform
have
law.
mixed feelings about this.
We've talked about the voting reform law.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
It's not a bad law. In fact, it actually is pretty dang good in what they did.
I don't have any problem with it.
Now, this is a pure example of why we do not have a capitalist system anymore.
Mm-hmm.
This is not capitalism, guys.
Yeah.
This right here is nowhere close to capitalism. This is cronyism at its finest. You have a local government who gives millions upon millions upon millions of tax breaks to a very specific company because they decided to put their center. That's their global center.
headquarters.
Their headquarters for all of their travel in that state. Delta Airlines decided to headquarters themselves in Georgia. And so they got tons of tax breaks, yada, 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 because why not help the company that's going to give us a whole bunch of jobs? Yay. Okay. Now they're taking it away because the CEO said something that the government didn't like.
Yeah. Again, I have a lot of mixed feelings about this. Because one, just again, for actual setup and clarity,
Sure.
it's not, Georgia should not be doing it in the first place.
No state should be doing this.
Nobody should be
Everybody
doing
does. No state should.
I understand the whole, oh, well, we want these people here for the jobs. That's
get it.
great.
That's awesome.
great. But here, again.
The point is, you shouldn't have to bid against other states.
Well, no, right here
Like
is
this.
What's going on here is where the rubber meets the road. This is where the deciding line ultimately should be if it's how it's going to go. It's not with taxes. If you don't agree with the laws of the state, then you need to not be there.
Right.
So if you want people to be there, then maybe you need to work with what the people wants. Now, if the people in Georgia say this is what we want,
And you
and you as a company, as a CEO go, well, I don't like this,
Then move.
Then move.
Right.
Don't be there.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's stupid to sit here and continue on when there's no reason for that. You should never have been given tax breaks like this in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fact of the matter is that like you said, that they suddenly don't like the fact that, oh, they're talking bad now about our plan and the government, and therefore we're going to strip them of that. Hold on, dude.
Right.
No. That's you're wielding a power at that point that, you know, albeit it. There really is no way of fixing it other than doing it that way. But the reasoning behind it is wrong.
Right.
Because what happens then if the shoe is on the other foot? What happens if it's a progressive left, you know, local government, state government,
Yeah.
and a conservative business.
Right.
Are you going to be? Is it going to be that big of a deal? Are you going to,
Start pushing that button that way?
yeah. What happens then? Are you going to say they have the exact same response then as you do now? Like, come on. Like, let's be a little bit consistent here and have a little bit of honesty here.
Right.
If it's wrong for one side, it's wrong for the other. And you know damn well that just because Georgia's law, which again we can all agree is a good one,
Sure. Yeah.
and it is
The
right
law is
that-
good.
yes.
It does well for what it does.
And we can all agree, or at least normal people, I would assume, can agree. Major corporations and like Delta and everything should not be getting tax breaks like that in the first place. So they don't deserve to have them. So eventually you're going to have to take them away. Yeah, okay.
But taking them away because the CEO said something you didn't like,
That's where there's a problem.
as a government,
Yes.
like literally the Georgia House, the House of Representatives in Georgia, which, they do the 2-house system and the whole thing. So it makes it easier for them so that their state house has the purse.
Yeah. What starts off as something that could have been good
Yeah.
is quickly destroyed by that little bit of, well, we did it because we didn't like him talking bad about us.
Yeah.
Well, tough noogies. That's a thing called freedom of speech.
Okay. And here we go. All right. So here's the other side of the argument. Requiem for a slug.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with Georgia punishing Delta for attempting to meddle with voting reforms. That's the other side of the argument.
Well, but I'm going to add, but at what point, what proof do you have that Delta was meddling with voting reform? Because they said they didn't like it. He said the law is unacceptable.
Yeah.
He didn't meddle. He didn't sit there and spend money and
Try
push
and
things
force
and
things.
and manipulate, the politicians and stuff at that level. He didn't do none of that. He just, according to this, now I could be wrong, but according to the article that we have in front of us, he just says, I don't like it.
He said, I need to make it crystal clear that the final bill is unacceptable and does not match Delta's values.
Yes, that's not saying he's meddling.
He then further promised that Delta would work to support federal legislation. There you go.
Yeah, but hold on.
That would overturn the reform.
But again, that's already having a warped understanding of what government is anyway, because
Right.
it's not the federal's place to mess in it.
And it's also not Delta's place to be pushing that sort of legislation.
No, you're right. But
It's not you.
Here we are,
You,
you know?
as the CEO of Delta, shouldn't be pushing the company's money into getting reform passed for bills and whatever else.
Yeah.
Because you think it's expedient politically.
yeah, it's just one of those things where there's no really good way of doing any of this.
Right. Both
And
are in the wrong.
Both are in the wrong. And unfortunately, to get things back on track, it's going to hurt and piss off a lot of people. You know what I mean? It's really going to hurt. Like, because again, if they didn't do it under the guise of, well, he was talking junk about our law. Okay. If you took that out of it,
yeah.
and Georgia said, we're not going to give you these things anymore because we chose not to.
Yeah.
Because you shouldn't have been getting them in the first place. Blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
We're now trying to reform ourselves,
Yes.
and so we're going to just make it better by not
That's
giving anybody
going to
any
hurt.
benefits.
Because Delta no longer has,
Extra bonuses, basically.
they're not helping out. Their employees now suffer because they don't have that extra money coming in. They end up packing and moving their stuff out, which turns around and hurts Georgia. There's a lot of pain that goes through with all that a lot of people don't want to deal with.
Right.
But you kind of have to.
Yeah. Beef from the SAV. Companies have the right to influence policy. Influence, not buy. That's where you're wrong. Companies actually do have the right to buy policy. At this point in time, our laws have it set, and they allow that companies can buy policy.
Yep.
That's why people make the jokes about the fact that every politician should come with like sponsor vests
Yep.
where you know who's paying
Who's
for
backing
them.
Yeah.
Right. That's that, and it's true. It should be. That's a bad joke, but it is real.
But it's fitting.
It's
eerily fitting.
get it fitting.
Yeah, I got it. Now.
Nice.
Yeah.
But that's the deal. Like right now, legally, corporations that have the money, they can buy politics. It's just it. You can buy the votes.
Yeah, but in order to stop that, you would have to get a politician in who can't be bought.
They got rid of that guy.
There's more out there. I believe there's way more out there.
Yeah.
We just have to find them and get them elected.
yeah.
And that starts at home. That's
That
the
does.
local.
Local guys. So, Requiem for a Slug, she's saying that Georgia only wins if Delta is forced to spend a crap ton of money to move its hub from Atlanta. Then Delta is out of the state and not effing with their voter laws. Well, that's once again, that's a good and bad thing, because Delta being out of there also means a ton of jobs leaving the area,
Yeah.
which is bad for Georgia.
When you've allowed a cancer or something, and I hate to say that Delta is a
is.
cancer because I don't like the
Delta sucks.
well, I don't like it either. But my point is, when you have something that has become a detriment to the area, when you pull it out, when you clear it out, it leaves a hole, it leaves a cavity where it has destroyed everything around it.
Yes.
Where the roots have gone deep and everything
Yes.
else. It's just the nature of the beast. That's how it works. And that's what I'm saying is that kind of thing is, that's why people haven't ripped the Band-Aid off and done it before, because of
There's such a deterioration.
the
It's not a Band-Aid anymore.
Delta employees suffer, which is not their fault that their leadership is doing this stuff. The people of Atlanta especially, but Georgia suffer. It's not their fault that the government has been giving the local government has been giving their crap away and not,
No,
doing
it's
in
not
the best
people's
interest
fault.
of them.
It's not the people's fault.
It's not, but they're the one that suffer the most.
But it
it
is the
is
people's fault
because they're not.
they voted him in.
Yeah, right. But I'm talking about the immediate.
Yeah,
like if Delta
yeah.
packs up and leaves because of whatever,
It's not the people's
It's
fault
not
at
the
that point.
people's fault. And
Yeah.
and then sadly, but that's where the politicians and everybody comes in and goes, well, we're not going to say anything because
Whatever.
maybe we can fix it later.
Right. Kick
And-
the can down the road,
Exactly. That's it. Kicking the can down the road.
which happens all the time. And that's why everything is dying.
This is Defenders Live.
Requiem for a Slug over on Twitter. I understand at TechRoo can't be bought. Moving on. It's probably safe to stay away from that
We're just
one.
not going to touch that one there.
No,
Not going to
no,
go
no,
there.
no.
Nope.
Former President Barack Obama and his wife, former First Lady Michelle, man, her arms are fabulous, Obama, has been floated as possible new namesakes at a school in their native Chicago.
That makes a lot of sense.
It
It's
does.
Chicago.
Chicago.
It's Chicago.
Chicago.
It makes perfect sense because that's where they're from.
It is. They've done a lot of work there. That
Right.
was the beginnings of the
Yeah,
beginnings
well,
of their known. Where they
known
started making their
political
known.
ties,
Yeah.
yeah.
Their name started getting circulated out there in Chicago. you
Yeah,
know,
that's
it's-
where he was a senator for all of 2 months and did absolutely nothing
Yeah, but hey,
before he ran for president.
he's going back to his roots. Oh wait, that probably.
That's not a.
I thought it was
can't-
funny.
Yeah.
As long as he did. What?
Yeah.
At least he's not walking. He's not pulling in, like the movie or anything like that. where-
Back to his roots.
It's not like we're calling him Jim and he's like, no, my name is Barack. You're Toby. No, Kunta Kinte. It's not how that is. It's not how it works.
My father's named me Barack.
Yeah. No, but we're going to call you Jim. You look like a Jim. How you doing, Jim? But not everyone is on board with that idea, and several activists even stage a protest where they claim the former president is just another quote-unquote oppressor.
What?
I know.
What?
Weird. The Waukegan Board of Education is considering renaming a few of their schools due to their current namesakes' ties to slavery.
Well then.
It makes my stomach hurt every time I think of it. One committee floated the idea of renaming Thomas Jefferson Middle School.
You mean the guy that literally lost all of his wealth everything that he had because he made sure to give away all of it, like free all of his slaves in the state of Virginia? That guy? The one that inherited a bunch of slaves, but freed them and went broke doing it?
No, we're talking about the one who apparently was having unconsensual sex with his
That was his uncle.
slaves.
That was his uncle.
No, and he fathered all of these
Also,
mixed children.
that was his uncle.
And it was Thomas Jefferson.
It was his uncle, which was known to do that.
It was Thomas Jefferson. Anyway,
Sure.
yeah,
Whatever.
Currently named for the former president and founding father of America who owned slaves. They want to change it to name it after the Obamas.
Right.
According to Fox News, that led to a protest outside the school board meeting on Tuesday.
Something that was unprecedented.
I see what you did there. Quote, from the time Barack Obama became president until 2017 when he left. He today is still the highest ranking president with deportations in our nation. End quote. That is the demonstrator, Julie Contreras. Quote, we feel that Barack Obama did disservice to us. He denied us. He didn't stop the deportations the way he promised, end quote.
I will actually agree with this.
Uh-huh.
That is a truth.
That is.
That was the one thing that he did, even though he hid it very, very well. It was the one thing that he did.
Oh, no, hold on. He didn't hide it. The media did it for him. He didn't have to do it.
Oh, yeah, he didn't hide it. That's the one thing that he did that nobody covered.
Yeah, well, because he was the first black president, so how dare you make him look bad in any way?
How dare he deport illegal immigrants?
Yeah, well. She added, quote, if you're removing the name of Thomas Jefferson, one oppressor, the name Obama is another oppressor, and our families do not want to see that name, end quote.
Oh, well, there you go.
Again, you're a little
off
mixed up
on the
your
oppressors.
yeah, you're a little you keep saying that word.
Don't think it means what you think it means.
Protester Mercurio Sanchez,
Yeah.
whose father was deported under the Obama administration in 2015, said, quote, it's something very sad. We couldn't even say goodbye to our dad. We just hoped for him to be able to get out, end quote. The school board member, Edgar Castellanos, who was brought to the United States illegally as a child, said flatly of the Obama renaming proposal, quote, I will not be a part of renaming a school after someone who does not represent the undocumented community, end quote.
Wow.
Well, you're undocumented, so technically you don't have a right to have a vote on it anyway.
And you shouldn't be here in the first place.
So
Looks like you need to be sent back, buddy.
Bye. According to WBBM-FM, the activist called the Obama the, quote, deporter-in-chief, end quote.
Once again, I will say,
Yeah.
he did do that.
Which hurt their community directly, and 3 million people were deported during Obama's 8 years in office. Quote, that's millions of families who were affected and separated, many of whom reside right here in Waukegan, end quote. That is Oscar Arias told the outlet, quote, the fear that many of my friends faced of never seeing their parents again after coming home from school still resonates with me, end quote. They committed a crime.
Yep.
Okay? No, you're not.
You committed a federal offense.
Yeah, you're not going to sit here and have the same sympathy for somebody who, robbed a bank.
Right.
Or, committed murder or whatever.
Yeah.
We have to get away from this whole thing of, well, this is not as bad as this.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of the law, which is one of the reasons why nobody likes it and why we have all these redundancies to try and cover things up and blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody likes to be held up accountable to the law because in the end, it's really, really tough to actually maintain it.
You know the funny thing? The school board member, Edgar Castellanos, he should be thankful for Obama because the only reason why he's here is because of DACA.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know. But see, it just goes to show you that you can give people all that they want and
You
accommodate
do one thing that they don't like.
Yeah, and the moment you feed them and you do all this stuff, you do all this right stuff, and eventually you do one thing that they don't like, and you're nothing now.
This is why you don't give in to those things. You don't give in to those claims. You don't allow them to push you into those places, or you don't stand on a platform that says one thing and does something completely different.
Yeah. This is why you stand on principle and follow that to the end.
No matter what, because people will always falter.
It's almost like, they're inherently sinful.
Yeah, they have a nature to just
It's
fall.
weird how that works out.
It's odd how
so
that happens.
confusing.
Mm-hmm. So the Pentagon has reversed the order by former President Donald Trump that largely banned transgender people from serving in the military and ordered new protections for the transgender people that want to enlist. The announcement was made in a statement from the Pentagon on the International Transgender Day of Visibility.
As I know that there are people, most of the military, we in the end, a lot of us don't truly care.
Yes.
As long as when the metal meets the road, when
everything happens.
When you're up against a crunch, if you're supposed to have my back as a transgender, then you better be there. As long as you carry your weight, you don't get any extra special treatments, and you are there and do as you are commanded to do, and you back everybody else up. You got my 6, I get yours. Mm-hmm. That's how that works. And at the end of the day, most of the military truly doesn't care. They truly don't. It's right. One of those, we've got other stuff that we're having to deal with. There's more important things in front of our faces. If that's how you want to be, that's cool. Again, just make sure that if you're supposed to be watching my back, by God, you'd better watch it, because if you don't, we'll handle it ourselves. Like that's how it goes.
That is how it goes. See, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin was out there reading a statement and quoting him. He says, "I'm pleased to announce that we have updated department policy governing the open service of transgender individuals in the military. This updated policy reinforces our previous decision to allow for the recruitment, retention, and care of all qualified transgender individuals."
Okay. I mean, from somebody, I said all of what I said out there to say it's a much different feeling for someone like myself on the outside. Because I don't have to worry about these people watching my back. I'm not in the middle of it and have other things to be focused on. You know what I mean?
Right.
I can see this and I can take a moment and breathe and go, well, let's weigh out the
pros
possibilities, the pros and cons here, the possibilities, what could happen, and all this jazz. And for me, I'm not very keen on it.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot at risk. I mean, you can say it's no longer considered a mental thing and take it out of the DSM-5 or whatever the hell that's called for mental orders, or the DSM-5. Mm-hmm. You can take it out of there and say, well, it's no longer an issue. But there's nothing about the situation that isn't a mental issue, because you're from the medication down to the literal reconstructive surgeries and everything like that. You're literally trying to rebuild yourself
right
into a way that you feel that you are.
Yeah. Well, so it's funny that you put that in there, because in a statement, the Department of Defense wrote this: the revised policies prohibit discrimination on the basis of gender identity or any individual's identification of transgender, provide a means by which to access into the military in one's self-identified gender, provided all appropriate standards are met, provide a path for those in service for medical treatment, gender transition, and recognition of one's self-identified gender, and seek to protect the privacy of all service members and to treat all service members with dignity and respect. But so the American Psychiatric Association's DSM-5 has a
Diagnostic Statistic Manual of Mental Disorders.
Yeah. They define gender dysphoria and in adolescents and adults as marked incongruence between one's inexperienced expressed gender and their assigned gender lasting 6 months or more. It has things like a desire to get rid of your primary gender, or a strong desire for the primary or secondary gender characteristics of another gender, or a strong desire to be one of the other genders, or a strong desire to be treated as another gender, or a strong conviction that one's typical feelings and reactions are of the other gender.
But if you're going to have this as you know, and they go into it as they changed it from gender dysphoria to gender identity disorder, and then they changed it again.
Yeah.
The thing about it is what is the difference between this and somebody or some of these people who've been, you know, locked up in these mental institutions and whatnot, who have said that they're like Napoleon?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, what is actually the difference?
Well, see, that's funny that you say that there, because given the debate over whether transgender individuals, regardless of whether they have been diagnosed with gender dysphoria or not, should be allowed to serve in the U.S. military, and which forms of healthcare should be provided as a result, a broad range of other medical conditions still remain that prevents people from serving.
So somebody who, for all intents and purposes, has a mental disorder,
Such as...
hold on. They have a mental disorder.
Yes.
For all intents and purposes. Mm-hmm. You know,
they're not supposed to serve.
They should not be able to serve.
Right.
Because of the mental disorder. You know, get it sorted at least and then come back. But, you know, you don't, it's still a mental disorder.
Right.
They can be in with no problems.
Yeah, and here's
I
what
have
we're
a
talking
bad
about.
feeling that there's this list that I'm not going to like.
Oh, no, yeah, you're not going to like it. So people with ADHD can't get into the military.
Why?
That's one of the things.
The ADHD.
ADHD, yeah. A history of comorbid mental disorders, part of their 504 plan of working accommodation of 14th birthday. It's just a whole bunch of stuff.
ADHD.
ADHD. If you have a learning disorder, or that includes dyslexia, you can't be in the military.
But if you think you're a girl when you are genetically a guy, that's okay. Okay.
Disorders with psychotic features.
Okay,
such as like schizophrenia, delusional disorders, things
and that's
like that.
fine.
That's mood disorders,
well,
unspecified psychosis, or mood disorders that have psychotic features.
but have psychotic features. Like I can like those are obviously severe. I can understand.
If you have an
that.
eating disorder,
An eating disorder?
if you are OCD,
Okay.
if you are anxious, if you can't see well.
No, I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand that.
If you have asthma, I can understand that.
I can understand that too.
Yeah, I got the asthma. Heart palpitations. Good.
I can understand
Fine.
that.
That's fine. Constipation.
Constipation?
Constipation.
Okay.
Chronic constipation.
I've never heard of chronic constipation.
If you have chronic
before.
constipation, not happening.
I can't poop when I need to.
If you have a hemorrhoid in the past 2 years,
Wow.
or rectal prolapse, which, by the way, if you get pink sock, you've been pushing too hard.
Yeah, that's
You push too hard.
that's really hard. Anyway,
an absence of testicles
isn't that what?
on men.
Oh, isn't that kind of the isn't that the whole thing with transgenders?
Well,
anyway?
no,
They're
not
trying
if
to
they,
get
not
rid
if
of
they, not if they still have them.
Oh, they were talking about the undescended.
Yeah.
type. Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha. Yeah.
Eczema or dermatitis.
God. Okay.
If you have headaches,
Headaches? Not migraines, headaches.
but including but not limited to migraines and tension headaches,
okay. So do you just have a regular headache?
all the time.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Sleep apnea is also in the list.
Do you know, again, this is funny. Is
A current
is
diagnosis of sleep apnea.
The sleep apnea, the eating disorder, the
asthma,
heart palpitations,
the anxiety, the
OCD, all of these things for the most
possible psychotic disorder features and mental disorders.
Almost everything except for maybe the ADHD. Well, no, even the ADHD, but except for maybe
Learning disorders.
the learning disorder. Is
Yeah.
there anything else? Hold on.
Constipation, rectal prolapse, testicles.
Everything that we just listed off here, minus the learning disorder,
Can get.
It's what you get when you come out of the military. It's what you have after you leave.
That's what you
there.
leave with.
But you come in as a fine, solid human being, a young person.
You come
and
out broken,
walk out
destroyed.
And that doesn't even mention like your knees are shot. You have no cartilage in your shoulders.
Your back, you're 2 inches shorter than when you came.
Yeah, you could barely function and move. All of that happens afterwards, and that's where they turn around and put you on disability, and you could have a gun, and all that jazz
anymore. Yeah,
it's just, oh my god,
Requiem for a Slug over there. I was refused admission to the armed forces for having rolled my ankle as a child.
Yeah. I've seen people who are, have been denied for some of the easiest things. And then some of them who, you're like, wait a minute, you're still, how the hell are you still here?
How'd you get here?
How did you, who did
How
you
did they
lie?
let you in?
Yeah. How did you
Who'd you
pay off?
Yeah.
What did you do?
did you get pegged?
Yeah. Right.
What happened?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's, I'm just, there's a whole lot. Slug has a lot to say about the military. Wow. I love you, Slug. It's
Yeah,
awesome. There's just
yeah.
a lot here. Wow. I don't mind paying for she was really upset
Because she started typing weird. Yeah.
I don't mind paying for transitioning services if they've served honorably, but to pay for transitioning while serving, no effing way.
Yeah.
No, I agree. If you come into this way, you have to maintain that standard.
This might be a touchy subject for her.
It's a tad. It's almost like it hits close to home.
Yeah.
I'm
I didn't think they allowed
again
slugs in the military anyway.
looking back. Like when I'm sitting where I'm at, it's very easy to look and go, "Wait, guys, you're missing all this." I promise you, most of the guys in the military, like with the whole "don't ask, don't tell" and all that jazz.
Yeah.
When I was in, we didn't care.
Nobody cared.
We knew that there were gay people in. We knew who they were.
And you just didn't stand in front of them.
Well, we joked with them. We picked on them. We made it. Now
Right.
there were some people and just like in
That were
every,
touchy.
Then just like in every corner of the world, there's always that one jackass that ruins everything for everybody.
Yes.
That took it seriously. That I ain't gonna be around no gays and no. There was always that one person, and they were everywhere. But for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody cared. Again, as long as you did your job and you were not getting any special treatment,
Right.
nobody cared.
Right. As long as you were treated just like everybody else.
You were treated just like everybody
You
else.
did your job just like everybody
You carried
else.
your weight like you were supposed to.
Right.
It didn't matter what you did in your own private time
Mm-hmm.
at all.
Your away time was your away time.
Yes, that's your business. Nobody cared. You just be where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be there to do what you're supposed to do.
Right.
That's it.
Uh-huh.
Watch my back, I watch yours. And once that's done, if you want to go do whatever it is that you want to do that's different than what I want to do, then cool. You cheer beers together and you walk your separate way. That's what we did.
Clink glasses and go.
Exactly.
That's right.
So dumb.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so tired of it.
This is for you, buddy. This one's all for you.
You're an asshole.
You're welcome.
Second graders in Greenwich, Connecticut. Which I always want to be an ass when I read that. It's,
Connecticut.
well, I want to be Greenwich.
Greenwich, Connecticut.
Greenwich, Connecticut. We're shown an animated video that displays a silhouette of a man with a graphic full erection standing over what is described as a sad girl during a lesson on social and emotional learning.
Sorry, what?
On a lesson of social and emotional learning.
So a man with a full-on erection was standing over a sad child.
Yeah. New York Post reported that the kids were shown a cartoon entitled Alfred Jr. and Shadow, a short story about being scared.
Yeah, I would be scared too.
I was going to say, I can.
I don't know. That was a,
If a
child
grown
in that-
man was standing over me with a full-on erection, I'd be scared.
when I was a
too.
child, yeah.
No, even as an adult.
No, I'm just going to punch it.
I would be scared too, because, well,
Nope. I'm just going to get out of there as quickly as possible.
that's what I'm saying. But he's not going to give up on that thing anytime soon. So
Yeah, might as well.
it's
It's like, what do you do when people win a bar fight? You strip.
right, exactly, because nobody wants to fight a naked guy.
All right.
Description of the video says, quote, all children are normal scared, but what do you do with children who are embarrassed scared or painful scared? End quote.
What?
Yeah, I had to
What?
I had to slowly read this because they actually have embarrass scared as one word, painful scared one word, in normal scared one word.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there might have been a typo, but I'm like 3 times that's a little much.
Yeah.
It
It's a bit much.
explains
Uh-huh.
that Alfred Jr. and Shadow, a short story about being scared, was an educational film for children aged 6 through 14. The children learn about, different ways of being scared,
Uh-huh.
what they need when they're scared.
Right.
And the suggestion for actions. Adults also got some tips on how to meet children.
Just the tip.
How to meet a child who is scared.
Apparently
Which that
pointing a record
line
straight
right
in their
there.
face.
Adults also got tips on how to meet a child who is scared. It's probably not the way I would have termed it.
Nope.
That's probably bad. Little bit of bad form there.
Bad terminology there.
At one point in the video, the narrator says, quote, "Some children are afraid that their mom or dad will beat them or that their parents will fight. Other children have experienced an adult touching or putting their penis in a child's private parts or mouth." End quote.
Wow, it actually went there.
It did. There was no holding back. There was no niceness. It was just
It's just there.
grab the shoulders and go. As the voiceover speaks, an image displayed for several seconds on the screen is what the Washington Examiner called, quote, "a dejected-looking child next to a sexually aroused silhouetted man." The Post provided a montage to describe the video, which, you can look on, I'm sure, anywhere else if you want to. The green.
You don't want to show it?
I'm not. I mean, you can if you want to.
I mean, hold on.
How long is it?
I don't want the video.
Oh.
I was just going to
the picture?
pull up the picture here.
No, that was talking about the video.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Never mind. Yeah, no.
That's the whole thing. We don't want that.
We don't want the whole thing.
No. Neither did that little girl, apparently.
That's right. Hold on. Sorry.
No, you're good. The Greenwich parent and Newsmax host Carl Higbee tweeted, quote, "In my hometown, in my daughter's age group class of second grade, they showed an animated video today of a man with erection standing over a child. This is not okay."
No, it's not Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, where the wind goes sweeping down the plain, where the grain and wheat. Okay. The Higbee told the Free Press that he was, quote, "relieved." Again, probably bad choice of words.
Yeah.
That his own second grader didn't see the film, but that several others were disgusted and that the parents had reached out to him to express their outrage.
They reached out.
And touch someone, MCI. That dated me. Quote, "that somebody thought this video was acceptable for second graders is abhorrent," is what he told the outlet.
Yeah.
Greenwich School Superintendent Dr. Tony Jones, and it's Tony with an I,
Yeah.
like
Female?
Tony,
So female.
addressed the controversial video in an email to second grade families acknowledging, quote, "around the midway point of the video, there is a reference to a situation."
It's definitely around the midway.
It definitely.
Point.
Around in which children may become afraid, including being afraid of abuse, both physically and sexual. The content at this point of the video was not appropriate for our GPS second grade classrooms.
Duh.
It's what you get for just kind of funneling stuff into your classroom and into your school there, superintendent.
Yeah, you're just throwing it all out there.
You should be fired.
Yes, you should.
According to the Free Press, quote, she added that, quote, "that the content was intended likely meant for a private therapy session for children who have experienced trauma," end quote. I'm going to go on a limb, and I'm not a therapist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not trained in anything like that.
None of those.
I'm just a nobody. But if you have a child
Yeah.
who has experienced trauma of that kind of nature, I'm going to go on a limb and say that probably showing them a video that recreates that for them is probably not something that they should be seeing just because it might exacerbate things a little bit.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not a doctor. I could be wrong.
Just want to point that out.
Yeah, according to the Free Press, she added, "Oh, that's what Trump thing." Greenwich School District did not immediately respond to the requests for comment. Are we shocked by that?
No.
Eh,
No.
What is the point of the superintendent if you have no idea what's being funneled through and showed to your children?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
This is all the more reason why I say homeschooling. Just
Well, sort of. Unless that's your homeschool. What?
Oh, Monty Python. I love it. And so there's a picture and it says, from Slightly Venomous Kirk, "Still no sign of land. How long is it?" And another picture goes, "So that's a rather personal question, is there?"
Yes. Well done.
I loves it.
I like the pythons there.
I do. That was
Monty Python.
I see what you
Yeah,
did there
thank you.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's too late now.
That's fine. We're good. We're fine.
I don't know. I just. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
So,
what we do.
Thank God your kids aren't in school in Connecticut.
That right?
Or Connecticut.
Connecticut. Midnight Blaze over there on the Twitters responding to Rick with First Slug about the uniforms. Real diversity means everyone gets to design their own uniform.
That would be fantastic.
Wouldn't it be
actually.
great?
Except for you have some jackass walking around going, "Look, it's bedazzled."
I'm shiny. I think that's what it meant to do.
Why would you do that? It's so the light reflects back and blinds them, so they can't see nothing. It protects everyone.
That's right. This
It's
show,
like an aura.
That's right. This show brought to you by American Pride Roasters. AmericanPrideRoasters.com, where it is historically great coffee.
It's guaranteed to make you swallow every single time you put it in your mouth.
Darn right. You can also go to Mojo50.com to go see all the hosts on the Mojo50 Radio Network. It is free speech that lives right here. Don't forget to go to our website, doaeshow.com. Become a Defender with us. Buy some merch. Get all the stuff and everything else. Also, don't forget to follow us on all the social medias at DOAE Show. Use the hashtag Arm Yourselves. We won't be here tomorrow.
No.
That isn't a joke. We will not be here tomorrow.
No.
I'll be in Baltimore. Pray for me.
Yes. Family trip. But we'll be back Monday. Y'all have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye.